Oh, fuck yeah. Welcome back to the Onlysports podcast. This is episode 3. If you tuned into the last episode, you remember I let you know we're going to have a special guest. We're going to get into that in a few seconds. Let's get to this real shit. Duval. Big dubs over the Ravens. I'm Mac.
I'm Hunter. We got a good show for you today. We got big contention in the NFC East with the Giants and the Commanders. We're going to talk about our pretenders and our contenders, who we like, our dark horses, and then we got some betting advice for the guys who like to bet games. So it's going to be a good show. I'm glad to be here. Commanders all day, riding that wave, Heineke train. Woo, 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 woo. Let's go, man.
Duval.
Let's do this.
All right. Before we start, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please comment, because we like to take all insight from our comments and take suggestions and put them on our show. And we will argue with you. Let's get into this real shit. First topic of the night is the NFC East. Yeah, we talking NFC East talk. Probably the best division in football right now.
Hands down the best division
100%.
in football.
100%.
Hands down.
Off rip, I'm going to give you a little, who I think's going to win it out of it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you already know me. Cowboys. I think the Eagles are, I wouldn't say pretenders, but I wouldn't say contenders yet. I just feel like Jalen Hurts is too young, and there's a lot of hype going on there and stuff like that, and I think that coach is just going to get broken down in the playoffs. I think that the playoffs are a different beast. He's not ready, and it just is what it is. But I like Jalen Hurts. I'm not throwing a shot at Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts could win MVP this year. He should win MVP this year, if you ask me.
He's definitely putting up the numbers, Christian.
Yes,
He's definitely putting up the numbers,
100%.
absolutely.
But, so that's
you're
not
talking about a division that's 32 and 13. I mean,
Yeah.
These teams are playing hard. I might be a little biased. I'm a Commanders fan, but I got to give credit
never in
where
history
credit
has
is
there
due.
been 4 teams to leave a division and go to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
If I'm not exactly sure, don't you know what I'm saying? Like, quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that it's not possible for 4 teams to go. I think
It's definitely possible. Right now, all 4 can go
I
to
don't
the...
think that's the thing. I don't
No,
know.
right now, look it up.
No,
All
I understand that
4
because
of
they're in
them
the
are
race
in
though.
right now.
If you're in the race, that doesn't mean that all 4 can go. It means that you can beat out a team out of the 3. Do you understand? That's why they're in the race together. So, don't quote
But
me
no,
on that.
all 4 teams are definitely viable playoff contenders.
100%.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying is don't quote me on
Absolutely.
that, but I don't think all 4 teams are going to go. I really do stand on what I said. I think it's going to be the Cowboys, the Eagles, and I think the Commanders are definitely going to,
Well, they're definitely, when you think about November football, we just got past December football, the teams that can run the ball, the teams that can play good defense,
Yep.
We've seen it time and time before. Look at the Giants in 07. They
I
had,
already know.
mediocre players.
I don't think
Eli
you guys
came
had Chase
together.
Young yet either, right? He's
It
not
was,
back yet, is he?
what's that?
Chase Young's not back yet either.
No, and
They
they're
were doing all
putting
that
it
with
together
him.
at the right time. I like the Commanders personally. Not to be biased, but that's my squad. But the NFC East it's a great time to see that. It's been so many years, in the past couple of years where I feel like they were in the basement talk of a lot of divisions, and to finally get some respect in there, it is nice to see. But to go on what you said about the Eagles, I think Jalen Hurts has a great chance of becoming an MVP. I like what he's doing. I think they're the most well-rounded team, to be honest with you, in the division. Clearly the record speaks for itself. The record speaks for
so
itself.
are the Eagles.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. So, I don't know, though, because you got to look at, if we're talking about terms of record, the Cowboys' record is right below the Eagles, but they also didn't have their star quarterback for, 6 games?
Right.
So, you can't.
How
I
do
get
you
what you're saying. We have to go off what we see record-wise. They're the overall better team because they have a better record. I agree with that 100%, but at the end of the day, you got to think about the other things that factor in.
So how do you like their matchup this week against the Titans?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're a good rush defense, but, this is Derrick Henry we're talking about, bro.
Yeah, right.
Henry. Obviously I've seen people stop him, but it's not easy, and he got stopped last week, so I don't think.
Right, and the Eagles last week.
I've never seen him get stopped twice. So.
The Eagles last week definitely brought it to the house.
They did, but realistically though, they almost let Jordan Love come back.
Well, Jalen Hurts almost had 10 yards of carry on the ground.
Oh, of course, they were running the ball
that's an
back.
X factor right there. You got to look out for that. So, but the Titans are definitely on the come up. They're a good defensive team. They're allowing less yards to the running back, but unfortunately, they are allowing 4 yards of carry to the quarterback. So, right now.
And that's the worst quarterback to allow that with.
Hey, like you said, King Henry is running all
Other
over.
than Lamar.
I firmly believe that in December, if you could run the ball and play good defense,
That's all that matters in December, really.
Right.
It's about pounding the ground, control the clock, make sure you get the win. And what I've been seeing a lot, this is off topic, whatever, but I gotta say this. I've been seeing a lot this year is coaches with time management, bro. Terrible.
Oh, horrible. Horrible. And that's a complete good aspect of the game too. You know,
that's a crucial aspect of the game. It's actually crunch time when it comes to time management. That's huge.
Since we're talking about the East, you know, I'm a Commanders fan, but there was times where, you know, a clear-cut challenge made by the coach where you didn't see. It's like, why would you make that decision? Now you lost the timeout. You're going into, you know, a crucial part of the game where there's less time, and you know you're hurting yourself. And you know that's not time management, but that's ultimately like from coaching. You know.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get back to this topic. So like in this topic, we're gonna break down who we think is gonna make it out. 3 teams. We're gonna choose 3 teams out of there in the order. I'm gonna go. I really think that the Cowboys are gonna beat the Eagles. Like, I think they're gonna actually shit on them. Like, if you honestly, like, I honestly believe that they're gonna shit on the Eagles
in that division.
No, when they play them again.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, like, depending on if the Eagles lose a game or win out, the Cowboys could win the division. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna still go with the Eagles winning the division. I'm gonna take Eagles, Cowboys, and I'm going with the Commanders. I think they're gonna fuck the Giants out of the what's it called? We're gonna find out. That game is huge this week.
Well, why don't we slide into that?
No, we'll do that. We'll do that later on the show. We got that, bro. But like, this game is huge though for them, because if they win it, then they have a chance to still, you know, keep winning, win out, get in the playoffs, screw them like I think they're gonna do. But if they lose it, I think they're like, I don't know, I wouldn't say virtually completely out, but like they're pretty much out. You guys, if you lose this game,
not necessarily
because it's a divisional game. No, I'm not, if you lose another game to a different team, it doesn't matter.
Definitely not necessarily.
But this is a divisional game, bro. What do you mean?
Still 5 more games left.
But no,
this is huge, game. Right? Exactly. Absolutely.
As I said, you're not completely
out.
This
has huge implications.
But it's huge
absolutely.
implications, exactly.
Right.
So that's mine. I'm gonna say those 3. What do you think? In order, who's gonna win the division? Then who's gonna come in second?
Well, to be honest with you, Christian, who I think is going to win the division is still pretty tough. You know, honestly, I think Philadelphia is the clear-cut runner, but I think that number 2 slot is still completely wide open.
The Cowboys, though, right? You would say no one else?
No, I think it's wide open. I think that the Commanders still got 2 games against the Giants.
You can't win the division. It's impossible.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm
What I'm telling you is that we're not going to get the division. I think Philly's got it. Yep. The number 2 is still wide open.
To the Giants and the Cowboys, though, because
the Giants why not? We still got 2 games against the Commanders.
Yep.
Or excuse me, we still got 2 games against the Cowboys.
Yep.
Or a game, and then 2 games against the Giants.
Yeah.
And 5 games overall. We're only 2 games behind them, so I don't see why we don't have a chance to.
I feel you, but do you really think the Cowboys lose 2 games?
We can make up ground at least 1 game. So all you gotta do is just lose.
I hear.
But I definitely think they can do it.
So that's your 3, you think? It's wide open. But either way, you think it's going to be... I don't think the Giants
I think Philly takes it, and then I think it's a toss-up. But I don't think it's unfair to say that the Giants and the Commanders can't get it, because the Cowboys have been, you know... I don't like Dak. I think that he's troublesome at best. I'm not a personal Cowboys fan, but that's just how I think. Right.
Shout out Mama Love, though. Biggest Cowboy fan in the world.
Damn, I know, right?
For sure.
Besides Dallas Dan.
Yeah, we'll get Dallas Dan on the show one day. You guys will love that. Trust me. That shit is... We're going to go viral with that one. Now, next topic of the night we got is the playoff race. You know, that's a sticky topic. For sure. Big topic, too. We're going to talk about who we think is playoff pretenders and playoff contenders. Big difference between the two. Trust me. So, without further ado, Hunter, let me know. We got the laptop over here. Let me know what the playoff race is as of right now, as it sets.
All right, let's start with the AFC.
Yep.
So, we got this goes in order, too, from top to bottom.
Yep.
So, you got the Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, Bills, Bengals, and the Jets rounded off. Yep. On the bubble, on the outside looking in, we got the Patriots, the Chargers, the Colts, the Jags, Raiders, Browns, Steelers, Broncos. Obviously, those teams aren't mathematically eliminated yet, but they do stand a chance. So, I'll ask you.
Jags aren't mathematically eliminated either yet. The Jags. We're gonna run the table. I'm telling you, we're gonna win every game. We're gonna win out. We're going to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna win that bitch.
Anything can happen. Any given Sunday.
All right, so let's start. So AFC, right? You got Chiefs, you got Dolphins, you got Titans, you got the Ravens, you got the Bills, you got the Bengals, you got the Jets. Love the Jets.
Let's get the teams that you don't think is gonna.
So I'll let you go first on this one. So who do you think? Who's your playoff pretenders and contenders out of the teams that we just listed for the AFC?
Honestly, I'm going to start with I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I think a pretender in the AFC right now is the Buffalo Bills. I don't like them just because of the injury. I don't like the close games that they've been having with
The Lions.
teams that have been, that are weaker. And you see that Allen is hurt with his arm.
Yeah.
I also I think that a pretender is also the Ravens. They're in the same situation.
They just don't got any receivers. It sucks. Honestly,
Lamar's just trying to do too much, just running the
if
ball.
they had a
Watch those
receiver,
games.
if they had receivers, bro, it'd be like,
The Jags did pretty good against them.
Yeah, we did.
But I
Big
think,
dub, Duval.
but I think the Bengals can honestly still win
And
that
I called
division.
it.
I don't think they're the clear-cut runner in that division.
Who, the Dolphins? I think the
Ravens.
Dolphins could win that division, 100%.
Ravens, I'm talking about.
Oh, Ravens division. Well, the Bengals could come back and win it, yeah, for sure. So you think, like, who's your pretender? You said the Bills are the pretender. What else?
Ravens.
And the Ravens?
Right.
And you think that, so who's your two contenders?
My two contenders are going to be... Shit, I'll fix that.
Mm-hmm. Your two contenders will be?
I'd look too far into it. Honestly forgot.
Just make up two, just say two.
No, my
Contenders.
two contenders. in
Are the
AFC.
Chiefs?
Oh, Chiefs and the Dolphins. My two contenders right now are the Chiefs and the Dolphins.
Okay.
The
I like
Chiefs,
that.
obviously, Patty Mahomes. I mean, they're just playing
Yeah, of
lights out
course.
football, and the Dolphins are a team to look out. Tua's playing good. They got
As long as he
good
stays
run
healthy.
and
we hope
their
for.
defense is playing good.
Yeah, I mean, like I always say, every time we talk about the Dolphins, bro, it's hard to not
Right.
win with fucking Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Clearly.
I could throw
Clearly.
touchdowns to these guys, bro.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. But I totally agree with those
The
two.
cheetah.
I couldn't agree with those two, but I definitely do not agree with your pretender as the Bills. Come on. No fucking way. No shot. Bro, Josh Allen is on a different level. You look at how all right, you say he's hurt. He's playing, catch up to teams that he shouldn't be playing catch up to. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but he's also hurt. So you got to think about it like this. If he's playing that way, he's still getting the games out. He's still grinding the games out no matter what every Sunday. What is he going to do when he's healthy at the end of December?
I think he's doing great, but then he's just having these
The one thing I always
bozo
say about
play-
them is that they don't have a run game like that. But Singletary's been running. Singletary's been running his ass off, really. You know what I'm saying? So fantasy purposes wise and real groundwork.
Yeah, but
So-
losing Von Miller, too, that's a crucial...
Yeah, Von Miller's a
aspect of
huge
their defense.
loss. But
They were letting Detroit go up and down.
They didn't have a
Honestly,
Von
I wasn't
Miller.
a fan of it.
they didn't have a Von Miller when they went to the divisional round last year, and they had the Thriller.
I just
You know what
don't
I'm
think they compare to Kansas City
So,
at this time.
oh no, hell no, that's my number one contender. I don't think anyone's beating Kansas City this year. I think Pat Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this year, to be honest, unless he plays against the Cowboys. If they get Odell, I think that Cowboys team with Odell is just too much, bro. I don't think anyone can beat it, and it all falls on Dak. And Dak, you might be getting cut if you don't win a Super Bowl with him. I'll tell you that right now. You might get one or two more years.
I don't
that's
like
it.
Dak.
But my contenders, I'll start with contenders in the AFC is 100% the Chiefs. And two, I like the Bengals because they're really good right now. They're winning. You know what I'm saying? The defense starting to step it up a lot.
Agree with that.
But they don't have Jamar Chase, and they're still winning. And they're, you know what I'm saying? So when Jamar Chase comes back, come on, bro, it's gonna be insane. You know what I'm saying? And that offensive line is playing a lot. I mean, he definitely is not. It's not good. I'm not gonna say it's good by any means, but it's playing a lot better. So those are my two contenders.
Without Mixon, they don't look as good.
Yeah, but Mixon will be back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think he limited practice this week, so he should be back. He better be back in my freaking fantasy this week. Or if not this week, next week. Let's get into the playoffs. Come on, Mixie. But yeah, those are my two contenders. I would say is definitely the Bengals and the Chiefs, but Chiefs number one. My pretenders, I would say in the AFC the pretenders would be, I think the Ravens, yeah, because although I love Lamar, it's like you got to get him. Like Rashad Bateman went down. What do you got? What does he got besides Mark Andrews? And like these teams cover the tight end so good, even though Mark Andrews is a different level of good. Regardless, at the end of the day, the fact still remains that defenses are getting way better every week against the tight ends.
Right.
So, what can a tight end really do for you? You know what I'm saying? When he's double covered or he's X'd out the game. Say you verse a Belichick
Right.
and he X's him out the game. What are you going to do? You're going to
Sure.
run.
Right.
But they have good run defense. So what are you going to do?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's why they're a pretender. My other pretender, I would say, would be, I would say Dolphins only because I just don't think they're ready yet. You know?
Right.
And it sucks that I have to say them, but like, honestly, they're not ready yet.
See, I think they're ready to make
Tua,
that
like I
leap.
said, it's hard to win games. Now, winning games and winning championships is totally different. You know what I'm saying? So winning games is easy to do with them, and their defense is good, but they're banged up. You know what I'm saying? Their corners are banged up. So it was really good in the beginning of the year. Then he got banged up, and it's been really bad. But they're scoring crazy points, and they also had easy games in the last couple games. You got to add that and factor that in. So I think that when it comes down to that, like down the stretch, that they'll be a pretender. And it sucks because I think that if they have like 2 more years, I think that team is a Super Bowl team. You know?
Gotcha.
But they definitely need a little
I think
more
they
help.
got it going on.
Shout out
now.
Javon Holland, though. He's a dog. Xavier Howard, dog. You know that they need a little bit more edge rush. Even though I think they're really good this year in edge rush, they just need that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think they're ready.
The premier edge rusher.
I think they're ready there to make.
So those would be my 2 pretenders and contenders. That's the AFC. Now let's start NFC. Go ahead, Hunter. Name off the teams for the NFC.
So in the
Playoff
NFC,
race.
we got the.
Yep.
You edit that out. All right.
In the NFC.
So when we look in the
Who's our-
NFC, we'll go
Yep.
from top to bottom in order.
Yep.
We got the Eagles, Vikings, 49ers, Bucks, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. So the whole NFC East bottoms that out. Then you got on the bubble, you got the teams on the outside looking in. You got the Seahawks, Falcons, the Lions, Packers, and mathematically still in the hunt, Panthers, Cardinals, Saints.
Love the Seahawks. If you watch the podcast, you know. I think Geno could win an MVP.
I don't know. They looked rough last week. They couldn't stop the run.
Yeah, it's alright though.
They made
They'll be
Oakland's
all right.
running back look like
Yeah.
Bo Jackson of old, and it
Bro.
was like to the date.
Bro, the fact that that was crazy. I seen that earlier this week. That's nuts. But the even more crazier part about that is, bro, if you really watch that game, because I got on my fantasy and shit, and I was actually watching it and shit, and he went off. By the way, you already know if you had him, probably won 48.5 points in fantasy. Come on, big dog shit. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So like in that game, in overtime when he went to overtime, he got hurt right before the fourth quarter ended, right? And he exited the game. I got the hit up on my shit. It said like, oh, exited the game with an ankle injury, late in the fourth quarter, like 2 minutes, 11 seconds left. Questionable to come back. So I'm like, fuck. But he already had 30. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He put up 30. I'm already crunching in my league either way, so it didn't matter. But I'm like, whatever. But I hope he's good because that's my only other running back choice.
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He did good.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden, like probably like 5-7 more minutes later, right? Go by. I get a hit up on my phone again from the notification from my phone again from Yahoo Sports, and it's like he went from questionable to healthy, and I'm like, whatever. He probably won't play though. He's just good. So now I'm happy for next week for fantasy purposes. But I'm like, yeah, he did good. Whatever. He's probably not gonna play no more.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, literally 2 minutes later, I got another notification from the same Yahoo Sports app, and it's like Josh Jacobs ran a 48-yard rushing touchdown,
Yeah, it was
walk-off touchdown
ridiculous.
in
They
overtime.
couldn't stop him one bit.
So real quick, he hurts his leg, goes down. He's ruled questionable. 5 minutes go by, he's labeled or listed from questionable to healthy.
Right.
2 more minutes and he just walk-off touchdown. And if you didn't see the touchdown run, you better go look.
What, the overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, it killed me. I lost
He
$350 on it.
He went. Yeah, he definitely did his thing. You gotta watch that. But yeah, that was
It
crazy.
happens.
100%. So
You take the L. So who's your contenders in the NFC?
I'll start off first with the NFC. My contenders in the NFC are, I'm going Vikings. I know that's a big pretender to a lot of people, but Justin Jefferson is him, his Imperial Majesty, for sure. And bro, like I always say, bro, Dalvin Cook, you have a top 10 running back. You have the number 1 wide receiver. Kirk Cousins is playing like a top 10 quarterback right now. It is what it is, bro. He is. And I know that hurts your feelings, Mr. Commander.
Yeah, but honestly...
But regardless, he's playing top 10 quarterback football. So
Well, I disagree with you.
the
I think
defense is starting to step it up too, though. Their defense is stepping it up too, though. They did give a lot of points to the Patriots and shit, but like their defense did good.
No, they're
down the
definitely
stretch.
pretenders in my book.
Yeah,
They got a
whatever.
long way to go. Kirk Cousins has got
Yeah,
a long way to
whatever.
prove himself. Has he
So-
even won a football?
So when we get to
playoff
your
game yet?
pretenders, you can let them know who your pretender is. All right, buddy? My contender is definitely Big Vikings. You know that shit. I'm standing on it. And then I would take Cowboys. And honestly, bro, Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Like, it's how I feel. Like, honestly, I think it's Cowboys, and I think the
Well,
Cowboys beat
you're
the
a Jaguars
Eagles.
fan,
I
so
think the
that's
Cowboys
half the
beat the
problem.
Eagles. I think the Cowboys beat the Eagles in playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I think Cowboys are the contender. Yeah, contenders, I would say Cowboys and Vikings for sure. How about you?
I like the Eagles, definitely as a contender. And I like the
Okay.
49ers. 49ers, you got a
I like
well-rounded
the 49ers
offense.
too a lot.
You got a great defense. They've always been able to perform. You can't count them out. Remember, they went to Lambeau last year and beat Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, which I lost a lot of money on that game too.
Yep.
Because I thought, little sunshine boy.
So your contender is the
going into the cold. So my contenders are them, and like I said, my pretenders are the Minnesota Vikings, just because Kirk Cousins, his ability to choke in games. Been there, seen that.
Yep.
As a Commanders fan, and I like I said, the Niners as a contender, and as my pretenders, we got the Giants and the Bucks on there as well. The Bucks, they just for whatever reason they just keep underperforming. Losing to the Browns.
He got divorced, bro. Give my boy a break.
I know. Yeah.
Like, come on, Tom. We understand. We know you're gonna be back next year.
But
You don't have to act like you're retiring. You're not gonna retire. We already know. One more shot at it. Why not, right? But they also had a lot of injuries on their offensive line. Like Tristan Wirfs is out. They're dead. They're out. They're not even contenders, if you ask me. I don't think they can win. I think they lose that division.
Anyone from the NFC South,
I think they lose that division.
Going to come out right.
And if you lose that division, I mean, like, you got to be bad to lose that division. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about like a less than 500 team winning
exactly. I like Atlanta out of the division, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what I like too. I just think
scrappy.
they got to let Mariota throw the football more. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least try.
They're just building off that run and whatnot.
Yeah, they got a lot of run.
But that's who I like.
I like Arthur Blank too, by the way.
That's what I like. That's what I think is the pretenders and the contenders.
I like that. Why do you feel like the Eagles are a contender though? Like why do people feel like this? Like, I know the stats show it and all. I understand all that, but like if you know football, you know that stats don't matter in the playoffs, bro. Right. They don't. They're absolutely washed. See you later, buddy. They don't mean anything. How many times have we seen the best team lose to the worst team in the playoffs?
Right.
Every single year.
Well,
look at the Bengals. They didn't have statistics last year.
They're definitely the most well-rounded team. Like I said before, any team in December, you got to run the ball and play good defense.
Jalen Hurts, a second-year pro quarterback,
absolutely,
who just started throwing the football.
And I hate the Eagles, to be honest with you.
And just started throwing the football this season. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but my pretenders.
Give respect where respect is due.
Yeah, my pretenders in the NFC, I would say, is I'm gonna have to go. Obviously, I'm going to Bucks because I don't even think the Bucks are going to make the playoffs, so that's obviously a pretender.
What about the Giants?
But I don't think the Giants are making the playoffs either. I think I stand firm on what I believe in. And what I believe in is that the Washington Commanders are going to beat the Giants out of the playoff race.
So who's your dark horse?
My dark horse
to go far.
I got to get my second pretender. Bucks for sure. Trash. And then it sucks that I have to say this, bro. It really, really does, bro. But I have to go to Niners. Because Jimmy G's not doing it, bro. He hasn't done it in the playoffs. He is playing a lot better this year, and I respect it a lot, Jimmy G. But like, you're not it, my guy. Like, you're not that guy, pal. So,
right.
It's like, but Christian McCaffrey, that defense is fucking all world good.
Right.
They don't even have like a crazy good corner either, and they're just great. Like, so it's hard to say that, but defense wins championships, yes, but you gotta score. You know what I mean? You got to score, and I don't think they're going to score against these teams. The NFC is a cakewalk, though, so that's why they're like a favorite. You know what I mean? Like, if they were in the AFC, it would be totally different, bro. Like, that defense against Josh, like, you already saw Pat Mahomes did that defense, washed it up. But Josh Allen will do that defense, he'll wash it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the AFC is a gauntlet versus the NFC is a cakewalk. So it's like, but those are my two pretenders for sure. You know what I'm saying? But we can get into the next topic. You know what I'm saying? The next topic of the night we got is game predictions. So we're going to break down every game. We're going to give you who we think is going to win. He's going to say who he thinks he's going to, or he's going to say who he thinks is going to win. And we're going to break it down from every game. First game we start with, what is it, Hunter?
Packers and Bears.
Packers and Bears. So you can go.
So I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing. I think he's been held out of
practice. If they hit him with that, you know that injection they hit him with last time. Remember, he was all loopy. He was like, I'm playing.
Well, they held him out of practice, but they believe he's going to play, and obviously he's a Bears killer. And, I don't know if the quarterback for the Bears is going to be playing.
Yeah, Justin Fields,
Justin Fields.
I like that.
So
I like the Bears
with
Justin Fields plays.
Simeon, whatever his name was.
Simeon. They looked all right with Simeon, though.
No, heck no. The Jets smashed them.
Yeah, he definitely.
I got to go Packers this game.
Going Packers. If Justin Fields plays, I'm going Bears. But if not, then I'm going Packers.
Packers 24-13.
Are we going to do a little correct score action?
Throw it in there.
I'll do it too. Why not? For shits and giggles, let's say I'm going to go if Justin Fields, then I'm going to go Bears 30. Packers 20.
Nah, I ain't gonna score that much.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
All right, Steelers Falcons.
All right, Steelers Falcons. I'll go first on this one. Let's see. I like Falcons. I think Steelers starting to roll with T.J. Watt coming back and all that, starting to roll and shit. But like every episode, I'm gonna stand on this until he absolutely proves me wrong. Kenny Pickett.
Spread.
Kenny Pickett is ass, bro. Like, and he's not good, bro. Like, he's just not good to me.
Right.
I'm not saying he's not gonna be good because he's brand new, but right now this season, all that. Oh, he does really good. He's showing flashes. I don't see them. But. So I'm gonna go Falcons. I think Falcons win the division. So I'm gonna start with this win right here. They're gonna roll. They're gonna
Falcons
roll right
are scrappy
over them,
and they're still holding.
for sure.
They're still holding a little playoff
100%.
weight. So I got to go with them too.
Falcons.
Now here's a big game right here. Jets Vikings. I love this matchup right here.
Oh, this is probably game of the week.
I love this matchup right here. To
No,
be honest with you,
Chiefs Bengals. Probably
love
game
this
of the week,
matchup right here. And
yeah,
to be honest
this is
with
probably
you,
my game of the week though.
I'm going with the Jets right now. I'm riding high on them. I'm on that Mike White train.
Everyone knows.
Mike White.
I'm glad you said that. Because if you watched the last podcast, you know me and my boy Berkey. Shout out Berkey. You already know if you watched the last podcast, me and Berkey was letting you all know. You heard it from us first. Mike White is that guy. There's no trash Wilson, Zach Wilson, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, Wilson's terrible.
All that shit, we already proved it. We already said all that shit in the last podcast, and it all came to fruition. It all came true. So you already know what's up. If you watch Mike White, you know, and you know football, you know he's the clear-cut better quarterback. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback for them going forward, but I'm saying he's better than Zach Wilson.
Dallas.
Minnesota is beatable, yes, because of the defense. But the Jets don't really smash the quarterback as much. It's more through the air.
Yeah, but they still got.
You know what I mean?
They got a top 5 defense.
Yeah, but how did they?
You can't.
But how did the Cowboys beat them?
You can't.
How did the Cowboys beat them though? There was no throws at all. He didn't have time to throw the ball at all. So it's like you never know. You know what I mean? Like if they can get pass rush, I think they can crunch them. But
So who do you like?
I like the Vikings.
I could disagree.
I like the Vikings.
Jets, Jets.
I like the Jets as a playoff dark horse though. But
all right, next game we got Broncos and
Vikings.
Ravens.
I'll start it off. I'll go.
Broncos have been dismal this year.
Ugh.
Very
Well,
disappointing.
Ravens, bro. Ravens are gonna smash them.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that game.
Fuck the Broncos. Last week they were my pick of the week and they fucked me over.
Well, you're
Fuck the
bugging.
Broncos. Definitely Ravens. 100%.
Absolutely, I'm on that wave too. Jags Lions. I don't even have to ask that. I don't even have to ask that.
Hold on.
I don't even need to ask that.
Duval. You already know what I'm gonna say. Jags. By like 13.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games that can go either way. You know, the Lions are at home; they play tough, but the Jags are, you know, obviously they
Trevor Lawrence is
Ravens
done.
last week.
Trevor Lawrence is done with shit
Hey,
like this.
I like his chances.
He's sick of the banter. He's sick of all the bullshit, bro. He's done with that shit. If you watch that drive against the Ravens, you know. If you know football, you know. If you know, you know.
Good. He looked
amazing.
Drive, that's for
he looked amazing. It looked like you've seen in his eyes, like, fuck all these last second heartbreak losses, bro. I'm going down the field. I'm scoring on him, bro. And I'm getting the 2-point conversion. And Zay Jones, shout out Zay Jones, because that catch
straight up winner though.
Astronomical.
We're going straight up winner. I'm gonna have to go
Jags.
I like the Jags in this matchup as well.
I respect it.
Titans Eagles, another big game.
Titans Eagles. Damn.
This is probably one of the biggest games on the slate this weekend.
This is probably the hardest game to choose.
Right, because honestly, I remember Titans at the beginning of the year, they weren't as good. And the Eagles obviously have been the best team in the NFL all year, so
yep.
They're on the come up, they're on the up and up. I know you said you liked Henry earlier in the podcast.
I love Henry. That's King Henry, for sure. I think it's hard. It's very hard to choose this, but I think maybe the Eagles get it done just because it's an A.J. Brown versus the Titans game. People forget that too.
Right.
So they might be ready to throw the football all day.
Right.
To A.J. Brown. It's like you shit on his old team. And, you know, I'm all for that type of smoke, that rivalry shit. I love that shit. When you make it personal. I think they make it personal and they go through the air. Honestly, I would even say you can, like, take
Eagles are hurting without Goddard.
You could probably take Jalen Hurts, no funny shit, like, for over 300 yards passing.
Right.
No lie, bro. Like, it might be that type of game. But I'm going to go Eagles.
I got to go with you there, too. I like the Eagles.
You agree with it, too, right? Like, I feel like that's
they're just
right.
more grounded, dude, honestly.
They both are the best. They're probably the best. Both of them are probably top 5 best at. Well, they are top 5 best at rushing the football. So it's like, but the Titans can't throw the ball, and the Eagles can throw the ball.
Well, that's what I was going to point to next was that, you know, you get the Tannehill, then I think that's probably the matchup right there.
Yeah.
We got Browns Texans. You want to comment?
Oh,
on
come
this
on,
game?
bro. Big Deshaun Watson is
Coming
back in town. He's
All
back.
the sexual allegations.
We already went over that last time.
Over that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let's
You know what
move
I'm saying?
on.
Yeah, let's move on from that. But as of right now, he's innocent, so it is what it is. But football-wise, we all know Deshaun Watson's that guy.
He's back.
He's
back.
like probably the Michael Jordan
He's back.
of that draft, probably. Other than, you know.
Shout out to Jacoby Brissett, though, for holding it down the past couple of weeks. Beating Tom Brady last week.
Yeah, hell yeah. And last week, oh my God, bro, he took that shit personal.
Right.
Yep, I agree. That you know, if you know football, bro, this is one of them games that you take like -20, like the Browns -20, because it's that personal.
Right.
This is somebody who
you're absolutely
you tried to
right.
ruin his life, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his life. If everything is true or not true, I mean, like how it stands right now.
Right.
This team like is a big part of trying to ruin your life, bro. Like your image. Like
Right.
they didn't stand behind. They had him playing safety in practice squad.
Right.
Deshaun Watson playing safety in practice squad. Come on.
Well, he comes back.
This
I
is a
think the
huge
Browns
revenge
win
game.
big.
Deshaun Watson,
All day.
go out there and smash their fucking heads, bro.
All
Like,
day.
go out there and smash noggins, please, because you already know what time it is. It's personal. You know what it is. Get it done. I'm going Browns
Commanders Giants.
by like 20.
Commanders Giants.
Commanders Giants
In the Meadowlands. Best game of the week.
I'm taking Commanders because you already know I feel like they're going to screw the Giants out of getting into the playoffs anyway. So what better way to start than now when they play each other? There's a huge implications
Huge game.
for playoffs.
Huge game.
though.
Huge game. You know, throw the
Huge.
records out. You know,
You need this win.
NFC East, a
Hunter, you
divisional
need this
rivalry
win. They
game.
need this
They need
win.
it, right? And they're playing inspired football right now. I'm
They
glad to
need
see.
this.
You know, since the Carson Wentz injury, they moved on. Heineke's playing all right. You know, they're running the ball well. They're
Yep.
playing great defense, and that's the recipe for success in December going into
Yep.
the playoffs. Any team you can run the ball, play good defense. Commanders all day. Next game,
I
we got
agree.
Seahawks Rams.
Seahawks, Rams. Seahawks, because the Rams don't have. I mean, they might have Matthew Stafford back, but if not,
Yeah, but they look terrible. That's
they
another
look
game.
terrible. They looked
Seahawks.
terrible before the Cooper Cup injury.
Seahawks all day.
So, yeah, Seahawks,
even from the
100%.
beginning.
Seahawks, Kenneth
All right,
Walker.
so this is
big
my
dog.
This is my next big game of the week. Dolphins Niners.
It's a big game.
Who do you like in this matchup?
This is the perfect game I was telling you about with that defense to show that they're
I
a
love
pretender.
this matchup. I love this
They're
game.
going to show that they're a pretender.
I love
you
this
heard
game.
me here. You heard me say it first. The Dolphins are going to win that game, and they're going to win by a fashionable margin because they're going to
I
show
like
that
that
they're
pick. I
they're
like
going to
that
show
pick.
that they're a pretender because
I respect it.
you know that that like I said, they don't have shutdown corners, and bro,
They're in San Fran, though.
Waddle and fucking Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. Come on,
Right.
bro.
They're in San Fran, though.
Yeah, but Jeff Wilson got traded there.
You think that makes a difference? or
Personal. It's a personal game.
not? Right.
Jeff
Yeah, I
Wilson
think-
Jr. might go for 100 yards and a tutty. You never know.
I also think, this is a big time for Miami to make that push and to show that they
Although,
are real
please
to beat
keep
a team.
Tua safe, please, because, bro, this is the worst.
That goes for any player, really.
Yes, but, bro, Tua, with the head injuries and stuff, this is the worst defense for him to verse, bro, because Bosa is...
Right. You know, you can't really count out the 49ers just because their defense, like you said, with Bosa, you know, attacking the line of scrimmage and,
Yep.
you know, just
Well, they
their...
got the best defense in the league right now.
And
statistically.
their ability to win in the past proves that. So I think it's going to be a tough game, but ultimately I like Miami to come up, and we'll talk more about that in the gambling section. But I do like the Dolphins to upset this
Next
week.
game. I think it's
Chargers, Raiders.
Chargers. All right, so Chargers, Raiders. Ugh. The Raiders should be so good, bro. I don't understand why they're so bad.
Me either, dude. You see
Maybe
a
they
game
got the
like
win
last
train just
week,
last
man.
week, though. Maybe they got it together. You know what I'm saying? You never know. And Josh Jacobs, they fucked up by not paying him.
Yeah, he's showing out right now.
You see what he said? He said he wants to be a free agent. He said he's
Well,
not
I think
signing.
that's part of it, right?
So he's not signing.
McDaniels didn't like him.
No, not the Bengals,
Yeah, his coach, McDaniels.
the Raiders.
Right. He didn't like him too much. That's why he didn't want to
Yeah.
pay him the money. But now
Well,
he's showing out.
Yeah, well, he's a dog. He's been showing out, though. He's really
So-
showed out every year, though, really. Look at the actual stats.
This is another one of those games, dude. And honestly, I think I like the Raiders in an upset here. Me personally. They're at home.
I love Justin Herbert. I love Derek Carr, too. I'm still probably his only believer. But
And I like Carr, too.
but
I like Carr.
I got to go Chargers. I feel like they're going to get healthier, you know, and it's just like, it is what it is, bro. I think the Chargers, I don't know what it is with the Chargers.
They should
we talked
win the
about
game.
it last
They should win
week.
the game.
We talked about it last week, me and Berkey, and it's like, they don't know whether they want to be a Super Bowl team. They don't know whether
Right.
they want to be a dog shit team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, they don't know what they want to be. So I think this week, they get it together. Last week, they had a stunning win, last seconds, you know, against
Right.
Cardinals. So
One
I think
week
they get it
lose to the
together.
Jaguars.
I
Next
think they get
week,
it
you know,
together. I think they get it together. I'm going to go.
I like the Raiders in upset. Chiefs, Bengals. Big
I'm going to
fucking
go
matchup
Chargers.
right
Chargers,
here.
by the way. Chiefs,
Big
Bengals.
matchup.
This is probably my game of the week. This is probably game of the week, for sure. I know I said earlier Jets and Vikings mine, but this is, come on. This is like,
Absolutely.
this is like a rematch. This is all types of shit. This is Pat versus Joe. I mean, Pat, you lost to him twice.
Right.
in crazy fashion. You were up 10 at halftime. Both the first time you were up like 16.
Right.
You lost. So, like I said, it's personal shit, bro. I don't know. I think Pat's on a whole different level this year. So I think like Pat like suns him. You know what I mean? I think Pat finally was like, you know what? You're probably the only one I can't beat or beat the shit out of. So I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, little guy. I'm gonna show you that I'm big Pat Mahomes and you're little Joe Burrow, but you're probably gonna be one of the best.
I love Joey B. Don't get me wrong.
I love Joey B too, but
Love
Pat
Joey
is
B.
just him at the
Huge
Mahomes,
Joey
so.
B fan. Big Joey B fan. Much respect there. I love the Bengals as well.
I'm going with Chiefs.
I love the Bengals as well. I think that this is another scrappy game. They could possibly upset. You know what? I'm going Bengals here. I'm taking the Bengals.
Can't be mad at you, bro.
And last to round it up Monday
Can't be mad
night,
at you, bro.
we got the bum-ass Colts taking on the bum-ass Cowboys. I'll probably be sleeping during that game.
Bum ass Cowboys doesn't even sound right. Real Commanders fan shit, but it is what it is.
Sleeping during that game.
Cowboys are gonna fucking fix them up bad. They're gonna fix them up bad.
Yeah, they're another team. They're on the fritz.
They're gonna control and neutralize Jonathan Taylor, and then Matt Ryan's gonna throw mad picks and Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, it's
Trayvon
a
Diggs
wrap.
might have 2 interceptions, and
It's a
Michael
wrap.
Parsons might have like 4 sacks.
It's a wrap.
It might be that
Cowboys
type of
big
game.
all
Not
day.
4, I'm bugging 3, 2.5, because you know people be fiending for sacks. But
I see it being like a 31-14 game.
I see like
Cowboys.
37-13 Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys 100%. What's the next one we got?
That's it, bro.
That was the night game. No, we got the Monday night game.
That's it. It was the Monday night game.
Yeah, so we'll just add it in. We'll edit this part. Look it up.
All right. Now, do you
We got
can,
into the last game. There's a Monday night game. It's prime time. That's the main
That
game.
is the Monday night game. It's Cowboys.
It's not Sunday. Sunday
Oh
it's
shit,
Sunday.
you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Told
my
you I'm
bad.
made for this shit, bro. I got this shit.
All
I
right,
just
so
don't
you
know
can
the
edit
game.
all that out. We're still recording, right?
Yeah,
it's
bro,
all
do
good.
it
Yeah,
now.
we
I
cut
just
it
do it
out.
on my phone, bro.
No, next game.
All right, and last but
No,
not least, we
you
got
don't
the
know the
Bucks and the
game.
Saints.
Oh, the Bucks and the Saints,
One more
man.
time.
My bad.
One more.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right,
Go ahead. You can.
All right, last but not least, we got the Bucks and the Saints.
prime time, and whoo. I know this game sucks because like the team sucked
My
this year, but
mistake.
like the one thing that you gotta watch in this game that's always fucking absolute comedy is Marshawn Lattimore versus Mike Evans. They fight each other every game, bro. Like, and it's like personal vendetta and beef for them. Like
And they're
it's
both-
kind of like Crabtree and Talib,
They're both
You know?
passionate, you know.
Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson. You know,
I'd love to see that on the field.
like I love when they scrap too. I mean, I don't promote
Absolutely.
the violence of the fighting, but you know,
I do.
it's just funny to see when they throw punches at helmets. Like they're not fucking hurting him,
Right.
but they really get crazy every single time. And Lattimore, can you just if
Definitely a good
Lattimore,
matchup to watch.
please, Lattimore, because I feel like someone needs to tell you this. Whenever a sticky situation is coming up in that game, can you please be not oblivious to everything around you and not let him come and level you per usual? Because every time you're like, boom, and you get flipped, like, and then you look like a little bitch. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I think you would probably beat the shit out of him in a fight, although he is mad tall. But come on, just be aware of your surroundings. Stop letting him get that little extra, violation on you. Come on. Get it together. And stop fighting. That shit is stupid. Honestly, come on. I mean, we all know why Mike Evans fights, though, because he'd be in prison. He'd be getting locked up in Lattimore County, so it's like, I understand it, but like, come on, just learn how to beat him, or just, that's the guy that has your number. It is what it is. I'm going to go Bucks.
I'm gonna have to go opposite and Saints. Bucks been disappointing me lately, and I can see a late season game like this.
Saints.
Bucks losing, so I
Saints
got the
fucking
Saints in
bother
this
me.
one.
They got to give the ball to fucking Kamara more.
I
But
got the
it's
Saints
what
in
it is.
this one, brother.
All right, I respect it. That's prime time. I'm going Bucks. He's going Saints. All right, without further ado, let's get into our last topic of the night, which he specializes in, and I'm pretty good in. I'm gonna give my little insight too, but we're gonna let him take the floor a little bit on this. He has a nice little parlay he cooked up for you, right?
Absolutely.
We're gonna get into betting advice.
Absolutely.
So betting advice.
And that's why it's a little difficult sometimes, calling these games because, from a gambling aspect, obviously, is a lot different than, just
100%.
different outcomes. And to be honest with
100%.
you, bro, I'm just honestly, with my experience, I'm tired of getting beat by one. All right, so my main strategy right now
Me too.
is keeping the parlay short and sweet.
But put more money on it, right?
Absolutely.
So
Take the
basically, he
$20
means,
parlay and stick it up your ass.
So basically, he means slam it.
So, absolutely.
Yep.
I'm tired of fucking
Yep.
putting 5 and 6 down for $20, and then you're getting beat by one. Take the teams that you like, minimal amount, that you think's gonna hit, and then just bet a bigger amount. I've had much more luck and rewards. So, I'm going forward, right now, I got a little 3-team parlay that I want to put out there. This is what I'm betting right now.
You'll be able to see it too before, because we're gonna air before the Sunday games.
So this is just one little parlay I put together that I have for this week. Like I said, I'm high on the Jets. I'm high on the Dolphins, and to be honest with you, I'm not taking no spreads or nothing. 3-team parlay: Commanders, Dolphins, Jets money line. 3 right there.
I like that a little bit, but the money line scares me with the Jets because I think. Don't get me wrong, the Jets can obviously win. I'm not saying they can't.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. That's my big ticket right there.
I like that though because I think Commanders is a lock.
Right.
Dolphins
you
is a
can
lock.
tease
I already
that.
said that. I'm gonna prove that.
Right. You
Yeah,
could
and the Jets
obviously
could win. I
you
think
could tease
Vikings-
that as well.
I think you lose because of the Jets, but
Right. All
I
right. So
would bet it. How much? Like if
I put a
if I could put.
$25 ticket. It's paying $265.
So you already bet it.
Right.
Okay, 25. Yeah,
$25,
I got a
right.
free, nice little $100 ticket.
Right. That's what I'm
now.
saying.
Little free
you know?
$100
But if
free
you
bet.
want to up it to the $100, that's where
I don't need
that's
to.
where I
I
would
don't need
tease it.
$200. I'll put a little 12.
Because you know those are kind of
win a little
gimmies. You know what I'm saying?
125.
So let's say I would say Jets plus 6.5. I'd go Commanders giving 1, and then I would take the Dolphins getting 4.5, and that's what I would do if I were to tease those bets.
Okay.
But straight up going forward, that's my 3-team parlay. Those are my picks that I'm going for this week. Jets, Commanders, Dolphins, money line. Fucking pencil it in.
Fucking slam
Send
it
it.
and fucking send it. I'm gonna make a little parlay off the top of my head because I feel like I'm a little guru too. Jags, Duval. I'm gonna go Jags minus 6.5. I told you. I think we got it together. I think it's
Giving
it's up.
6.5
I
to
think it's
Lions?
Up. Yeah, I think it's up, bro.
You're
I think it's up.
bugging.
We have good rush defense, bro, and they can't run all they can do is run the ball, really.
I like your enthusiasm, bro, but
Jags minus 6.5. I like Vikings.
the Lions are at home.
I
man.
like Vikings money line. I like Jags minus 6.5. I like Vikings money line. I like Justin Jefferson to get a touchdown. So that's 3 legs so far.
Absolutely.
And for the 4th and final leg, I'll take Dolphins minus 3.5. Gotta be
Giving points to the Niners at home?
Yep, and you gotta be getting. It's gonna be a huge parlay odds wise. So
Well, yeah, right.
4 legs. I would take Jefferson scores a touchdown because why not?
Right.
I would definitely take Dolphins minus 3.5. I'm taking the Jags minus 6.5.
Some other prop bets I like in the Commanders-Giants game. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot. I like Brian
And I like
Robinson
Vikings.
to
I
have
like
a
Vikings
big
money
game.
line. Vikings money line too.
I think Brian Robinson has a big game. I like their running attack. Matt pointed out
Free
earlier,
Gibson,
was talking
please.
about Antonio Gibson.
Please free him.
And, I think that they're going to utilize these guys. And I think I like them in the prop bets.
You like prop bets? I like
Touchdowns.
prop
I like them for touchdowns. I like Robinson for the over on rushing yards. And I like Antonio Gibson on the over for passing receiving yards. Because I think that they're going to utilize him a little bit more, a little bit
bets.
different.
I think that's fire. I like that.
Try
too.
to open it up.
For me, I like
A little biased, but
prop bets. For me, wise, I like Jonathan Taylor for 40 yards rushing. I like Cowboys minus 4.5. I like CeeDee Lamb for 60 yards receiving. I like Jefferson
dig that.
I like Jefferson for 100 yards receiving because it's going to be a huge payout because the Jets defense is so good.
right.
I think at the end of the day, bro, we're gonna find
That's a big
out.
ticket
we're
right
we're gonna
there.
find out if Sauce Gardner is really that guy
Right.
because you're going against that
I like
guy.
the matchup. I like the matchup.
You're going
I
against
like the matchup.
your stats speak for themselves. I know you're that guy. You're one of my favorite. You're probably my favorite defense other than the Cowboys now. But like, this is Justin Jefferson.
I like the
You want to
matchup.
make a name for yourself, though, Sauce.
Well,
all
that's
those
what
other
it is.
things.
That's what it is.
All those
That's
other
what it
things you
is.
did are cool.
That's what it is.
You want to
bro.
make a name for yourself. This is the game. This is the guy. This is the one.
Right.
You want to be like Marshawn Lattimore and make Mike Evans always want to fight.
That's what it is,
You
bro.
gotta lock up that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like how Darius Slay did. The only person I've ever seen lock him up is Darius Slay. Trayvon Diggs, you did not lock him up because Kirk Cousins could not throw the ball to him because
Kirk
they couldn't
Cousins.
get the ball off, so it didn't matter. But
Big poo poo.
corner-wise, yeah, the only one that ever locked him up was Darius Slay. And if you want to be Darius Slay, it takes years and years and years of work. So if you want to be that guy, that's the way to go. But yeah, I like Justin Jefferson 100 yards. I like Jonathan Taylor 40 yards rushing. I like 60 yards receiving for CeeDee Lamb. I like Cowboys minus 4.5. And that'll be my ticket. All right, we got to wrap it up. That's all we got for episode 3 of the Only Sports Podcast.
I'm Hunter. It's been great. Thanks for tuning in. It was excellent talking sports and football on the Only Sports Podcast. Shout out John Hunter on Facebook. If you want to talk to me about any betting advice, tips, anything like that, send your boy a shout out.
And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't stress this enough. Please, please, please comment, because we want to take all insight and all your suggestions and put them on our show so we involve all of our fans. We appreciate the shit out of you. Thank you so much. That's all we got for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.